just arrived. There's our plane. There's our Nick. That's the full airport. Oh, look at that. Hello, little plane. Yay! After a very long series of flights from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, we arrived in Puerto Natales on November 21st, 2024. We wandered around Puerto Natales, stayed in a beautiful Airbnb just a few blocks from the main town, and checked out some of the sights and sounds, including our favorite pup that we met on this whole trip. Hello! ¿Quieres irme? Oh, hola! Hola, perrito. Qué lindo, no? Before our trek, we had one night to enjoy in Puerto Natales and prepare for the following week ahead of us. And we watched from the comfort of the warm, enclosed Airbnb as this giant storm rolled in, eagerly anticipating what was going to happen the next day. We woke up early the next morning, enjoyed a beautiful sunrise as we walked a few blocks to the train station. After a little confusion on which train we purchased tickets on, we grabbed our assigned seats and settled in for the slightly long drive over to the Torres del Paine National Park, where we were met with epic wind to start our journey. Look at this. After the short, windy walk, we made our way to the boat where it was time to cross the lake and arrive at Torres del Paine National Park. We were finally here. We'd arrived after months, if not a year, of planning in advance. We were here at Paine Grande, about to start our epic adventure. We arrived at Torres del Paine with one goal in mind, and that is to fast pack the Q Trek. The Q Trek travels the same route as the O Trek, just ends with an additional day of running for us south of the Refugio Paine Grande along Lake Pehoe, ending at the Administracion building. We didn't waste any time at all. Once we saw these epic vistas of the topography around us, we took off running, and we had a blast. Of course, we didn't run very far before we stopped to take about 500 photos of the exact same massif, but you will too when you get there. It's just that amazing. Day one had us fast packing from Paine Grande to Camp Francis by way of the Mirador Britannico. According to our Stravas, we ended up with 13.95 miles and 3,871 feet of elevation. And boy, oh boy, did we have some weather challenges on this day. At the top of Britannico, there was no less than 5 inches of snow. But on our way there, we encountered lots of rain and lots of wind, but most importantly, tons of fun. Hiking up Britannico. Nick's got this awesome new fashion statement. Yeah. But it's snowing. It was raining the whole time we were coming up here, and we were cold and wet. Now it's snowing, and it's cold, but doesn't feel as cold, and we're happier.
Always happy.
And importantly, Nick didn't let his push-up streak of doing 100 push-ups every day pass him by.
Yes, why I would like a Patagonian weather report.
Have you ever heard that Patagonia is windy? No? It's windy, and it's cold, and it's snowing. But the nice thing about snow is Patagonian.
I think you can tell we had an excellent time on our first day of our fast packing adventure. Descending, we paused to check out the Valle Frances one last time, and we both agreed that that one was more impressive than going all the way to Britannico. At this point, it was getting pretty slippery, so there's not a lot of photos or videos to show, but we made it back down and arrived at the Francis campsite. Francis was a funky and cool campsite. I loved the tents being kind of amongst the treetops. It had beautiful views. It was a bit of a hike to get to the food and the showers, but hey, showers had hot water.
Nick, would you please, no, not about your food, rate this campsite from a scale of 1, this is the worst thing I've ever seen, to 10, this is the most amazing, luxurious backpacking campsite known to man and woman.
Well, that's a good question. I haven't had time to think about that.
I know, I put you on the spot. Now, let's consider the factors here. Hot showers. A welcome drink. Would you like a beer or a wine? Hot salmon dinner.
Ooh, I'm gonna give it an 8.
An 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
Strong rating from Nick
Yeah, I
Hans.
had to take off 1 point for safety because there's some serious risks here.
Awesome.
With that campsite rating being lodged and that granola with blueberries being consumed, it was time for us to pack up and head out for day 2 of our trek. Day 2 took us from the Francis campsite to Chileno. We took our time, thinking there was not terribly much distance to cover, and boy oh boy did we make an error. We ended up not making it to the towers before they closed the trail, and I mean we missed it by mere minutes. But it's okay, because we had an amazingly, wonderfully fun day, and I wouldn't change it. We ended up logging 14.4 miles, which did include a last-minute sprint, shall we call it, from the Chileno campsite to the point at which the trail had unfortunately been closed. This included 3,829 feet of elevation, but keep in mind, if you do make it to the towers, you will have a bit more distance by about half a mile and some significant elevation that we didn't end up having.
There's the trail.
Mountain fresh.
Mountain fresh water. Look at mine here.
As we got closer to Chileno, we actually saw quite a few avalanches from the distance, which were really cool to check out.
Valley. As we were running with it. This is my favorite viewpoint yet. Paso de Viento.
All right, here's a little video tour. That's Chileno. It's got this epic view. And we have a little marker here. It says 3.2 kilometers to whatever that is, and 4 kilometers to the base of the towers. Here is the official trail. And I will take a look here. This is a little thing as you're leaving. Still on the trail. And I want to show you where our little tent is. Trail goes off to the left here. And we are the very last one of these things. Right up there. That's us.
Forgot to do this while we were eating. This is time for your Nick Hans campsite rating of Chileno as we walk across this bridge from this beautiful campsite. Speak loudly, Nick, from 1 to 10. How do you rate Chileno?
I rated 8.5.
I would agree with that.
Good.
Beautiful.
Actually, no, I give it 9.
I deduct a solid point because the vegetarian meal is a very small sized portion of zucchini and no protein.
Yeah, I deduct a point again for safety, but that seems to be the theme in this country, so.
Hot showers,
Oh my god, the showers are so good.
really awesome staff,
Yeah, it
and
was
good
very nice.
beer. We might have partaked in one too many beers last night.
Yes, just made
All right.
not the best for sleep.
Hello.
We decided
Lovely
not to do the
hikers.
towers. So now we were even come back.
Day 3 took us from Chileno to Seron. It was probably the easiest running part of our entire trek. We logged 12.79 miles, which only had an elevation gain of 1,690 feet. The trek from Chileno to Central in particular was brilliant because it was all downhill and it was really fun.
We did take a detour to Hotel Los Torres along the way, which is near Camping Central, and we had an absolutely amazing lunch. They served us at about 10 a.m. and were happy to accommodate us. We had the place to ourselves and it was epic. We're on more than 2 miles from Chileno. We have found the tourists, the day trippers. Nick, how was that run?
That was fun.
10 out of 10 from me.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my.
Trekking along the first part of the O. Tons of birds. It's like a whole different world over here. Nick, how many people have we seen on the O?
0. Great. Very different than this morning.
Mm-hmm.
It's peaceful. I like this a lot.
Me too. And then we reached the Seron campsite and we met up with the people we would spend the rest of our O-Trek time with. And goodness, were we happy that we chose to do the W first before heading on the more peaceful, more brilliant backside of the O-Trek, which was by far our favorite.
Look up to the skies and see.
Here we are, leaving Camp Seron. Nick, let's do the campsite review here. The campsites are here. Our little cafeteria.
Yeah.
There. What do you think out of 10?
Oh gosh, right on the spot here. You know, this one's pretty dang good as well. The
Quicker.
8.5 out of 10. Really good.
Women's bathroom only had one working bathroom stall, so that gets for me. So
Yeah.
knocking it down to 7.5.
Yeah,
It's my least favorite.
I don't know what I can deduct points for. It was pretty good.
All right, off to Dickson.
Yeah.
Day 4 took us from Seron to Dickson, and it was by far our favorite day of the entire trek. It would have been very simple to run this entire distance, but it was too beautiful to be spent looking at our feet. This was a gorgeous section of trail. It ended up being 11.62 miles with only 1,611 feet of elevation based on our Strava. On our way to Dickson, really pretty lake. Climbing up a big hill. Da, 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 da. This has been our most runnable trail yet. Our first mile, it's like a 13-minute mile. Zoom! 2 miles in, our 11-ish mile day. Going up there. It's gonna be a great day. It's hot. It's sunny. There's no wind, no rain, no cloud in the sky. I just can't get enough of this spot.
Nice. What does the sign say? I can't read it.
Park limit. It's the boundary. of Puerto Natales National Park. So, we're in Torres del Paine. Wait, Nick. Right here? You're in Torres del Paine. You're not in Torres del Paine. You can't swim in the lakes. You can swim in this lake. Nick and I just are stopping. We found this as our lunch spot.
This is good.
Right?
Yeah.
Wait for it. This is our view at lunch. Okay. This has been the most beautiful trail. Unbelievable vistas. Seron to Dickson. You are my favorite so far.
These are literally the things of a trail runner's dream. I can't even put into words how amazing this day was. And then we rounded the bend and we could see Camp Dickson below. And oh my goodness, was this the most epically awesome campsite of the entire trek.
The Gray Refugio. We're in Glacier Dickson room. That will be a new friend. That will be a new friend. That is Nick. And this is me. We have got some cramped quarters here. But man, it's going to be good to be on a bed. Welcome to Nick and Heidi's beach. It's a private beach sanctuary that we have rented out for the day. Just kidding. We just ran / hiked too fast and we got here early. That is the Dickson Glacier. That is a beautiful mountain that we've been seeing all day. And this is our fantastic reward for being so fast today. Private, exclusive beach access.
Just had breakfast inside of Refugio Dickson. I had slept inside that area there, so right on the other side of that is where my bed was. And now I'm sitting out here putting sunscreen on. We're gonna hang out here till lunchtime, and maybe we'll go down to the beach. Maybe we'll sit on those benches. Maybe we'll see what they have at the little hut there again, and just hang out here. Use plenty of time, and then we'll meander over to Paris. Heidi just found a trail angel, gave us a giant bag of trail mix, and I put it on top of her bag. So there's my little green water bottle. It's full of electrolytes, and it's going to be another beautiful day in Patagonia.
Why does my favorite place on earth have to be so far from home? Why does it have to be here?
It only takes 2 days to get here.
No, it took 3 days to get here.
3 days, yeah.
I guess if we could do it all again, what we should do is spend 2 nights at this campsite.
Yeah.
Hanging out at Dickson campsite, taking our time here this morning because this place is gorgeous and we have a very short distance between the next one. It's second coffee o'clock and sunscreen o'clock for Nick. We forgot to do this because we're miles away.
Oh,
But Dickson campsite rating
11 out of 10.
12 out of 10. The campsite was epic.
It was incredible. It was the best one in the world.
Best one in the world.
Yeah.
I guess that's all we have to say about that.
Yeah.
Day 5 of the trek had us leave our beloved Dickson and head to Los Perros. This was one of the easier days, so we decided to hike the whole thing. It ended up being 8.58 miles with 1,795 feet of elevation.
Were we like a mile and a half into our hike from Dickson to Los Perros? Walking through the woods, looking at the orchids. Look at this. They're everywhere. Just orchids on the side of the trail. Focus orchid. They're so pretty. And look, that's so pretty too. And then every now and again you see the mountains through the forest. Lovely hike. Mirador Valle de los Perros. That's the beach we were at this morning, last night. Most beautiful place I think I have ever seen. That's where we came from. Nick's doing his push-ups over there. And this is where we're going. It's been a really pretty trek so far. We've only gone 2.25 miles. But 750 feet of elevation climbed so far. Short day. Taking it easy. Really windy as soon as we got on this ridge. Climbed from way down there. This is the trail, and this is to our left. Pretty amazing. And tomorrow, we're gonna do epic shit.
Just like we've done every day.
See some Patagonian winds.
I hope so.
See big ass glacier.
That was really fun. And all the things come out.
Yeah. So those are tight quarters this evening. Very comfortable. Very comfortable.
I might be snuggling.
Very comfortable if you are 5'6½". Are they very comfortable if you're 6'4"?
My head's hitting here and my feet are hitting there.
Nice.
So it's toast.
See you on Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Gotta go.
Here with your Los Perros campsite review. Nick, what do you think of this campsite?
I went out last night after dark and I walked around and looked at the stars. And it was the most amazing thing I've ever
But
seen.
what do you think of the campsite?
Campsite's primitive.
Primitive, no hot water.
Yeah, no hot water,
Very
but you
cool.
have electric. And you've got a good cooking area and the water is running.
So what's your rating out of 10?
I'll give it a 7 out of 10.
6 out of 10. Okay, we're off to the pass.
Ready to go?
It's 6:30.
Yeah, 6:35.
We're gonna go up over the big pass, see some snow, wind, lots of mud.
Let's go run.
Ciao.
Day 6 of our trek took us from Los Perros to Grande via the John Gardner Pass. This ended up being an 11-mile day for us with 3,432 feet of elevation gain. While our moving time on Strava tracked as 3 hours and 19 minutes, our actual elapsed time on this day was a solid 7 hours. Yep, you heard that right. We spent almost 4 hours of time not moving and simply appreciating the scenery around us. That glacier is incredible. This also happened to be Thanksgiving 2024, so we took some time to enjoy the day and be extra thankful for where we were.
Just a note of how amazing the weather is today. We're about to start climbing up, up, up. And the only thing we're dealing with is wet feet, mud. This is amazing. So, it's where we came. And that's where we're going. Maybe you can see Hannah and our other friends up there. So cool! How cool?
Super cool.
So cool! Snowy pass. Whee! We started down at that little lake, and I believe we are about to see what's at the top. Is this our summit? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Welcome to the Great Glacier. Miles of glacier. Wow. Wow.
That's pretty cool. Huge. That's big.
Hold on. Wait. Should we close up of the ice? Wow. That is stunning.
Oh, look at that bright blue ice over there. That's new.
Here's the bright blue ice Nick is talking about. Little iceberg popped off from the glacier. Alright, our hike takes us into the green for a bit. We just traversed a very steep section. There are a series of these awesome climbing ropes to help you descend safely. So thank you, awesome park people, for putting those. Majestic view.
We just did our little suspension bridge, and I have spotted where we will be tomorrow. Right there. Bunch of people on the ice hike. That will be us tomorrow. All out there on that giant glacier. And it will look massive. Also, I cut my finger on my hand. That kind of sucks. Whee!
Just thought we should capture my fear for a moment. Can you see how far down that is? Holy shit. Holy shit. Holy moly. Can you also see how much it's moving? Oh my God. Almost there. That's a lie. I'm happy. Yet another perspective of our beloved Great Glacier. We're on the W part now. There's people that didn't have to work for it here, right, Nick?
Still here.
Oh, just kidding. Beautiful day. Beautiful, beautiful day.
And then we arrived at Gray. We saw this slightly scary weather forecast, making it look like tomorrow was going to be a little windy. Grabbed some pizzas at the bar and then had a delicious buffet dinner.
Gray Refugio. Swanky. We're here in the woods by the sign Refugio Gray.
It's that way.
About our campsite review. Nick, what
Yeah.
do you think about Gray campsite?
Gray was great. After all the days in the wilderness, it felt like complete luxury. The shower was great. It had good running water, good hot water. The little bar area was wonderful. We spent several hours there just kind of decompressing.
And the
Lovely.
rating?
No, my rating? 4 out of 5 stars. Very good.
Out of 10. Got to be consistent.
Well, that would have to be 8 then.
8 out of 10?
Yeah, it's great.
Can't wait to go back. This one's a 10 out of 10. What does it not have that you want? Comfortable beds, a buffet dinner that you could eat as much as you wanted.
All right, 10 out of 10. Yeah.
Look how quickly he swayed.
Yeah.
Great spot, Gray, even though today is too windy
No,
to enjoy
I
our
take a
ice.
point off for other people. But
Okay, half
can't
a
do
point.
anything
9
about
and a
it.
half. All right, down.
Day 7 was Gray to Paine Grande, which officially finished the O circuit for us. Since it was a short distance, just a bit more than 7 miles, we decided to hike. And we had a lot of wind ahead of us. At the time, we thought, wow, could it get any windier? But that's before we hit day 8. But more about that later. Day 7 stats, 7.06 miles and 1,919 feet elevation.
It's very sad.
You can almost smell it.
Here, go ahead and walk through so we can get a scale of these burned trees.
There's some regrowth. It's starting.
It's sad to see these spots.
Lost the smell. It must have been a while ago. Alright, we're on our way. We're at 3.3 miles here. Heidi's getting wet. You can see white caps. I'm little thing behind her. You probably can't hear me at all. Halfway there, we just finished the only climb, the last climb. Look at the winds. That is just a little pond there. Making a very good sentiment. But of course, I'm sure you can hear that. It's awesome. This is the famous Patagonian wind. That gives you a very visual. Look at that, beautiful. That's so cool. I don't think I've felt wind like this outside of a hurricane. Have you ever felt wind like this?
Everyone.
I mean, hurricane, but that's about it. Wow. Hello, this is Nick Hance here with that Patagonian weather report. Today we have winds of approximately 1 million miles per hour. There's ice, big ice cubes floating in the lake, some rocks have appeared, and well, yeah, they're out to blow away.
No running allowed. No corriendo.
No running!
We decided to hike.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, breaking the law! Breaking the law! This is our last little valley, and you can see all the way up where we're heading. The windy side. Hey, Will. See y'all.
We are just arriving at Puerto Grande. This is where we started our journey a week ago.
Yeah, happy Black Friday.
One more day to go. So, yeah, look, you can see the riddles. The food at Puerto Grande is absolutely incredible. We feasted. There's heat inside of the refugios. We were able to score a set of bunk beds and sleep in comfort, which is great because those winds were insane that night. We felt really bad for everybody that had a tent and very fortunate that we were sleeping in a comfortable, warm bed. All right, we're at our last campsite. This is gray. We stayed in this refugio. It's beautiful. It's warm. In fact,
Yeah.
we were too hot last night.
Yeah.
We're gearing up now because it's 99-kilometer-an-hour winds out there. We have our last part of the trek. Nick, what do you rate this one?
10 out of 10. It's amazing. Don't tell the people out in the tents that this place exists because they will regret the choices they made.
Yes.
It's wonderful.
And it's got beautiful beer. Look at that.
The view is the best.
Magnificent.
Not as good as Dickson, but impressive. Well, actually, even better than Dickson.
Cool. All right, last leg. Day 8 was the end of our journey, wrapping up the Q trek. I don't think we met anybody who had heard of the Q while we were on the route, so it seems like not many people do this, which is a shame because it presents some really beautiful views. The Q ended up being 11.35 miles with 2,372 feet of elevation. It was a beautiful day. It was a memorable day. It was the windiest wind I have ever personally encountered. It was forecasted to be over 100 kilometers per hour at times in the day, and I do believe that it was. We took off at 8 a.m., and the entire part of this journey was just under 4 hours for us.
We are leaving Puerto Grande. It's very windy. We're on this official trail. Yes, the official trail. Sketchy as it is. It's the most beautiful thing. Just water. Underneath this amazing mountain formation. Look at this clouds. Just freaking nuts. Winds 50-mile-an-hour gusts. 5 sustained. So it has epic adventure. finishing the hard way.
This wind keeps blowing me off the trail. Look at that water. I know. This wind is pushing me to 9-minute pace. Done it, Nick. This is it, guys. We have completed the queue right now. We did it! 8 days. Unknown mileage. We see it all. Mountains are there. Clouded. We did it.
And that was the end. We ended up waiting at the Administracion building for quite a while until a bus came to take us back to Puerto Natales. We went out for an awesome dinner. I feasted on gnocchi, and then we went out to get calfate, frozen yogurt, or gelato. I don't know, it was amazing. And then we just enjoyed one last night at our Airbnb that we had rented. We had an awesome breakfast the next morning, and then it was time to start the long journey back home. But we will never, ever forget the journey that we had on the Q Trek at Torres del Paine. It will always be a part of us.